Welcome back to the channel, my friends. Today I want to share with you guys the results of my Pcgs submission. I sent these in September 9th and they just got back a couple days ago. So a little over 4.5 months, pretty slow. But that, for me, it doesn't really bother me. I'd rather them take their time and get the grades right. And collecting is a long-term thing, and I'm not in a big hurry, so I'm not going to complain about that too much. I know they're very busy. So this first one, I do know the grades. I did get them a few days ago. My buddy sent these in. But I still am going to give my thoughts on them and what I think the grade should be, just to make the video a little more interesting. This 81S, really pretty coin. Super clean. I didn't see any issues with it at all. And I thought this was a really nice shot at a 65. We'll go in a little closer. Super clean, nice little bit of rim toning. I don't remember if I bought this coin raw. I believe I did. And again, I sent it in because I thought this was a real good shot at a 5. And this one came back cleaned. And this one is a little bit puzzling to me. I did pull a couple coins out, a couple of the details coins out, look at them a little closer before I started the video. The rest of the coins I haven't seen yet, but the details coins are kind of all in one spot. So I wanted to see if I could figure out what the deal was. Oop, hold on a sec. Knocked over my tripod. I did notice forgive me, it's been a while since I've had a loop. I finally got a new one. Right here on the reverse, see those hairlines? Right down there by dollar. That's the only thing I could find on the coin. So I think that might be why they call it clean. The coin doesn't look like it's been dipped. The rest of the surface doesn't really look like it's been wiped. So that's got to be it right down there at the bottom. And you can see how a guy can miss that pretty easy. So I don't have too big of an issue, although I probably will, since that is such a minor area. I might go ahead and crack that one out, send it in again. This next one, it's another 81S. I believe these first few coins are 81Ss. This one's really nice. I showed this one in a video along with another one I bought from an eBay seller. I bought this one raw, and I predicted this one would go 64 PL, possibly dimple. Maybe even 64 plus. But right in that area. Really pretty. Probably one of the nicest raw Morgans I've ever bought. And it came back with this brown on it. That was not there when I sent it in. And I posted this on Instagram the other day. I don't know if that happened. I dipped it. I did dip this coin, but I did run it 2 seconds, ran under distilled water, and I dried it with a microfiber towel. And this coin sat here for 4 months before I sent it in to PCGS and still didn't have a mark on it. So not really sure what that is. I can't say for sure it's their fault, so we're just gonna roll with it. But like I said, I predicted 64 plus PL, and we got a 64 PL. So pretty happy with it. Bought that coin for 70 bucks. I believe it's worth about 150. So it's pretty cool. And then the other one I bought from the same seller about a week later. Coin is a little bit nicer. Pretty much the same thing, except for it doesn't have that action across the cheek that the other one did. So this one I thought was 65 PL with the shot dimple. Originally I wanted to send these ones to NGC because I do think that they're a little more generous. I thought that they would give it a dimple. PCGS was a long shot on these. And I might still decide to do that later. But yeah, by PCGS's scale, I'd say 65 PL, and this one came back 65 plus PL. So pretty happy with that. This coin I bought raw for 90 bucks, and I believe it's worth about $3.50. So that was a winner. Next one. This one's pretty interesting. 1859 Indian head cent. This one was in a ICG old green label holder, and I think that's kind of key on this one. It was MS64. I thought the coin was very nice. I thought it would come back a 3, and if that had been the case, I would have been okay with it. One thing I noticed was there is a tiny scratch in front of the face. That was my big concern. Let's see if I can show it. It's going to be kind of tough. Bear with me for a second here. Kind of rotating the coin so I can get the right angle. There is a scratch in front of the face. It's going right there between the T and the S. I'm having a hard time showing it, so we're just going to scratch that idea. So anyways, like I said, you just have to take my word for it. So I was a little bit worried about that, but I predicted, and I still grade this coin a 3, and it came back a 64. So that's a huge winner. The coin does take a pretty good jump at 64. I got this coin for $675 in the ICG holder, and it's worth about probably $1,400 now in that holder. So that was a pretty good winner. That was probably the biggest winner of the whole submission. A few coins from a 1950 proof set. This Jefferson nickel. I think I sent them all in besides the Lincoln cent, which had some corrosion on it, so it wasn't worth sending. I don't know if the dime and the nickel particularly are worth sending either, but I just thought, you know, I wanted to send the whole set in because I've never really sent in mid-century proofs before. Very nice. A good bit of toning. If you look at the true views on all these have true views. The reverse got some really nice blue, and this one came back 67. And I want to say this is probably about a $80 coin. Next, this one's pretty interesting. 1901 Indian head cent. This was in an Annex AU58 holder. And I had bought about 25 Indian head cents from an eBay seller. All one deal. Almost every one of them was AU58. There might have been a couple AU55s in there. But anyways, this one out of all of them stood out to me. It was much nicer than the other ones. Tons of luster. I don't think any of the other ones even had any luster. And some really nice subtle blue toning. And I knew this coin was mint state. I expected a 2 or a 3. And you can see that nice toning on the reverse. Really pretty Indian head cent. It came back 64 brown. So huge upgrade from the Annex 58. And I bought this coin for $25, and I believe it's worth, we're at about $100. So, pretty good one there. I know I've had some good luck with the Annex coins. They're not all undergraded. You really do have to pick through them. If I was to randomly pick 100 Annex coins, I'd probably get more downgrades and upgrades, but they're, you know, just because you see a lot of upgrades on them doesn't mean that that's the case with all of them. I'm really picking through them to find those. So it's 1950 Franklin. This is the big coin from the 50 proof set. Anything above a proof 63 is, you know, $300 and above. This one has some really nice toning. I shown these in a video before too. I had a 51, 2, and 3 set. And they all had this really nice blue and purple toning on them. So I wanted to send these in to get graded and some true views. I think the 52 looks the best, if I recall. But this one's pretty nice too. This is the most valuable of the 3. This one came back at 64. It does have a nice little scratch there across the cheek that probably knocked it down a whole grade. But with this color and that grade, I think that is close to like $350, $400 coin. Offhand, I want to say. Here's an 1858 New Orleans seeded $50. And this was in a PCGS holder. It was very dark, very ugly. It was AU55, I want to say. And it was such a dark, ugly coin, it just was unsellable. And I wanted to crack it out, see if I could lighten it up. I didn't really care if it upgraded. I just wanted it to look a little nicer. The dip didn't go that well. It barely lightened it up at all. Still really dark around the borders. Still pretty, lackluster, especially on the reverse. This is what you had, but it was across the whole coin. It was, it's ugly. It's an ugly coin. And I was hoping for a little better results. I just lightly dipped it. I don't want it to do too much and have it come back cleaned. And came back at 53. So I actually did knock it down a grade. I think I knocked a little bit of the luster off when I dipped it. And I could see why that happened. I would say I definitely lost on this coin. I paid probably $280 for it originally. And it's probably worth $250 now. So I probably lost 70, 80 bucks. But that's just kind of the risk you take. 1950 Washington quarter proof from that same proof set. This one has a little bit of toning, not quite as much as the others. Again, this is just a coin I sent in because I wanted to send in the whole set and try to learn about these a little bit. And this one came back at 65. So, coin is not worth a whole lot, like 50 bucks. It was a loser. And the last one from that set, this Roosevelt dime. This one actually has some very cool reverse toning on it. Really nice blues. The true views look pretty great. This one came back at 67. So, sort of a winner there. You really want to get any money on these, you got to get cameos. This one is about 70, 80 bucks. Up next, it's 1888 Morgan. Really nice, kind of a subtle, like steely blue toning. Both sides of this coin. I believe this is a raw purchase. Probably eBay again. It just has a really cool look to it. It's a little bit foggy looking, but has that purple tone to it. And this coin, I thought this coin would probably come back a 4, 3 or 4. And this coin came back a 4. So that's okay. Probably worth around 100, 110 bucks with that little bit of toning on it. 84.0. Super clean, nice clean cheek on it. Decent toning. Got those blues and greens. I believe I pulled this out of an album, if I recall. I wish I would have took better notes. It's been so long since I sent these in. Just so I could put a little more backstory to these. But pretty clean too. And this coin I thought was a 4 shot 5. Just depends how much you like the strike or that toning. And this one came back at 5. So that's pretty good. I'll take that. That one's a winner. Puts this coin at about 175 bucks. I don't get as much money for my coins as coin shops do. I can't charge that much. I know they sell them for, $205 or whatever, but I gotta sell them cheaper. I sell to the coin dealers. This one's really cool. This 52 Franklin. Really pretty toning. I went through all my raw coins and I just picked out a few that I thought were really nice. And this was the prettiest Franklin I had. I didn't think it was really high grade, but it's just the toning is really awesome on it. I really like it a lot. True view looks good too. And I thought this was probably like a 63 or 2 or something. I don't think it's full bell lines, if I recall. Actually, it does look pretty damn close to full bell lines. I would probably grade this as 63 full bell lines. This came back straight 63. That's right. I think this one could have got full bell lines, to be honest with you. But out of all the Franklins, I think this is the prettiest one. It's nowhere near the most valuable. It's probably worth $60. Without that color, it's probably a $20 coin. Okay, we're getting over 15 minutes here, so I'm going to cut this video off. We'll start with this one on the next one. So thanks for watching. Like, comment, subscribe. Tell your friends. Stay tuned for part 2 the next day or two. Have a good rest of your day.